Welcome, I'm Lanre Lasisi, and it's my pleasure to be with you on the program this week as we review some key moments in the nation's parliament. It's the second week of confirmation hearing as more ministerial nominees face the Senate. And this week, the Senate President was once again before the Code of Conduct Tribunal. Meanwhile, in the House of Representatives, standing committees were finally announced. Indeed, we have it all for you this week. Let's begin with some motions that were considered in the House of Representatives.
The House of Representatives has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to constitute a presidential task force to investigate cases of brutality by security agencies and ensure compensation of victims and their families. This followed a motion on the increasing cases of brutality by security officials on helpless Nigerians considered in the House of Representatives. The House has also urged the executive to direct the heads of the various security agencies to call their personnel to order and embark on continuous training of their personnel to forestall such incidences in the future.
Aware of the past condemnable cases of brutality, harassment, extrajudicial killings, and excessive use of unjustifiable force resulting in death or grievous harm by security personnel on helpless Nigerians, which has tarnished the image of our security agencies. Further aware that in recent time, the trend has become alarming as security agencies use their firearms indiscriminately and unlawfully on unarmed Nigerians, even when our relevant laws provide for rules of engagement. Concerned that in most cases, our security agencies are either quick to defend their own or tactfully refuse to investigate the matter, prosecute the erring officers, and compensate the victims or their families. Worried that if left unchecked, these excesses may spiral out of control, become institutionalized, and could lead to the breakdown of law and order.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has invited the Permanent Secretary of the Petroleum Ministry to appear and explain why the country missed a conference held in April aimed at ending gas flaring. The conference, titled the Zero Routine Flaring by 2030 Initiative, was launched by the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, and the President of the World Bank, Jim Yong Kim, in New York. In a motion sponsored by 14 lawmakers, the lawmakers noted with dismay Nigeria's absence at the conference and its inability to sign the treaty arising from the conference.
The House observes that the initiative strives to get governments, oil companies, and development institutions to see gas flaring as unsustainable as it constitutes waste of resources, poses grave environmental and health dangers to the people, and also detrimental to the climate, and thus agree to cooperate to eliminate routine gas flaring not later than 2030. The House worried that Nigeria's absence at the meeting of the Zero Routine Gas Flaring by 2030 initiative, which was held in Washington, United States of America, on April 17, 2015, and the country's inability to sign the treaty, the cardinal objective of which is to end gas flaring by oil companies by 2030, is a major cause for concern. The stop that Nigeria's absence at the meeting sent a strong signal that she was not ready to end the gas flaring, which has caused a lot of damage to the environment, especially my constituency, Ahodo West and Oba Ebema Ndoni Federal Constituency, and Niger Delta by large, and the people who are victims of the devastating effects of gas flaring continue to live with this danger by the day, as even the money paid, I refer to the fine here, by these companies, ostensibly as compensation to continue to flare gas, cannot be equated with the colossal damage to the health of the people and their environment.
The House mandated its committees on gas resources and petroleum downstream to conduct a comprehensive review of relevant government policy initiatives aimed at curbing gas flaring, as well as assess such in order to determine if they conform with global best practices.
Now, committees in the National Assembly are seen as the engine room of the Parliament, as most of the Parliament's work is done through committees. Well, the committees of the House of Representatives have been constituted.
Over 4 months after the 8th Assembly was inaugurated, the House of Representatives has constituted the standing committees of the House. On Wednesday, the chairman of the House Ad Hoc Committee on Rules and Businesses had reacted to inquiries over the high number of motions that have been passed pending the constitution of standing committees of the House.
Now, if you look at the ruling from the bench, those issues that appear to be very urgent, the Speaker has almost always set up ad hoc committees to look into them. It is those issues that are not of such urgent public importance or not urgent that the Speaker refers them to committees when they are constituted. So it's not as if every motion that was passed by the House was asked to wait until the committees were set up. So, and last week, if you remember, I think on Thursday, more than 6 ad hoc committees were set up to take care of such urgent matters, pending the constitution of standing committees. So we are very much aware that some issues cannot stand or cannot wait the constitution of standing committees. The House is very much aware of that and has been responding appropriately.
Just before plenary was adjourned the very next day, the Speaker Yakubu Dogara read out the names of chairmen and deputies of the 96 standing committees to oversight various ministries, departments and agencies. The standing committees of the House have increased from 89 in the immediate past 7th Assembly as new committees were created while others were split.
Federal Judiciary, Chairman Honorable Aminu Shehu Shagari, Deputy Honorable Kenneth Anayo Chikere. Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, Chairman Honorable Jerry Olaboso, Deputy Honorable Abdullahi M. Wamako. Federal Road Safety Commission, Chairman Honorable Yunusa Ahmed Abubakar, Deputy Honorable Solomon Marin. Finance, Honorable Babangida Ibrahim, Chairman, Deputy Honorable Chikwo Kere Austin Elechuku.
An analysis of the distribution of chairmanship slots shows that the majority party, the All Progressive Congress, got 48 slots, while the opposition parties will chair 47 committees, with the People's Democratic Party having 45 slots, Social Democratic Party and the All Progressive Grand Alliance to chair 1 committee each. Some lawmakers retained the chairmanship of the committees they headed in the 7th Assembly. They include Representative Mohammed Mongonu for Agricultural Production and Services, Representative Aminu Suleiman, who is heading the Tertiary Education Committee. Representative Nkiri Onyajocha retains the Aviation Committee. Representative Nnenna Elendu Ukeje heads the Foreign Affairs Committee. Representative Jones Oyereri retained the Banking and Currency Committee. Representative Shehu Shagari retained the Judiciary Committee, and Representative Nicholas Mutum is still to head the NDDC.